Nearly all TFT experts agree. Sorcerers are busted. But what makes sorcerers so strong currently in the metagame? It's a few things. The first being the trait itself is really good with the damage reduction, neutering your opponent's damage. Second is that LeBlanc is just kind of a crazy unit in general. The third and one of the most important reasons is carry versatility. You can put items on LeBlanc, Swain 2, Zoe, Nami 3, the Emblem Holder, and even Zyra? That's right. In this episode of In Too Deep, we're going to dive into how to actually play 6 Sorcerer, but perhaps from an angle you've never seen. You're always going to want to play around the 5 core units of LeBlanc, Lise, Swain, Vlad, and Nami. Item builds for each sorcerer is pretty similar. You basically want a mana source items and crit. So Shojin, Jewel Gauntlet, and Guard Breaker. All right, so with the guide set, let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay and find out just exactly how it's done. And we have a rod and a belt, so we have a Morello. This heavily implies that we're going to be playing towards AP line. He finds an Ezreal, and right now he's thinking about transition to a Zyra as his primary. Okay, so we're rolling and we have the emissaries. All right, take a look at his augments here. The last option is really interesting. It's Moonlight. It upgrades a random 1 cost to a 3-star and gives it a bunch of bonus stats. And this has been a recent buff, but we all know what he actually picks here. He takes Moonlight. So let's go ahead and see how that actually ends up panning out. And Zyra 3 actually cranks out a ton of damage. Believe it or not, they buffed her over the course of a few patches and they buffed 6 Sorcerer. She actually should be very good for stage 4. Look at that, 8,500 damage. Going against Renata Reroll that has Starry Night, Mana Flowed, and Powered Shields. And you're telling me this beats that comp. This augment setup is like hand-picked across the board. And just like that, it's a top 2 for Etre Infame.